Hey everybody, and welcome to the weekly scopes from the 3rd of September right up until the 9th of September. So on the 3rd of September, the moon enters Aries. So the positives of this energy of the moon being in Aries is that we can have an increase in energy and motivation. Negatively, we can become more impulsive in our behaviour. The best use is taking bold action and starting new projects. If you want to know more about what to do and what not to do in the best use of the moon in Aries, check out the playlist. Also today, the moon enters its disseminating moon phase, and it's going to stay there for about 3 to 7 days. So this is a good time and support sort of sharing information and ideas with others. It can increase our communication skills and gives us the ability to influence others, so use this power wisely. On the negative end, we can have too much information coming in, and this can lead to misinformation and being confused. So the best use of this energy is to use it for learning, teaching, presenting and networking. The moon also goes direct out of its retrograde, and this is the moon's north node actually, because the actual moon never goes into retrograde, but the moon's north node does, which is an astrological calculation and a mathematical point rather than an actual body up there in the sky. So it gives us the energy for increased spiritual growth and karmic lessons. Also can increase our intuition and make us easily manifest our goals by taking positive action. Negatively, it can give us more emotional turbulence and bring up unresolved issues from the past. The best use of this energy is to use it for self-reflection, inner transformation and making positive and significant life changes. So today we have a trine between Mercury and Jupiter that's going to last for the next couple of days. So it boosts positive thinking and opens up opportunities for success. It also can increase commercial activities, so good for all kinds of selling stuff and going to networking events and stuff like that. Also good for forms of business negotiations and looking to settle like contracts, like divorce proceedings and stuff like that. And it can provide a ground for favourable outcomes. Positive thinking can become the driving force that enables you to be more optimistic and approach the next couple of days with a can-do attitude, and you can feel like anything's possible, and it can be if you practically apply this energy as well. Also, it provides the groundwork for starting new business ventures as well. So if you have taken the time to carefully plan and prepare, or take the time to, whatever you start now or finish now can bring long-term rewards, and you can just see positive outcomes. So it's a good energy for you to just stay positive. Even if negative things are happening, it supports you taking the blows with a smile on your face, so to speak. On the 4th of September, Venus becomes direct out of its retrograde period. So when Venus is direct, it can increase romance and emotional connections, because these could have been affected. Things could have ended when Venus was in retrograde, so it can make us more affectionate with ourselves and others as well. Also, if you're seeking to attract a new romantic partner or deepen an existing relationship, this energy is good for that as well. It can also increase our ability to express ourselves creatively, making it an excellent time for artists, musicians and writers to tap into their creative flow. It can also bring inspiration, new ideas and an increased sense of what's beautiful and what's not beautiful as well. On the negative end, it can intensify conflicts that are ongoing or bring unresolved issues to the surface that you're not ready to deal with, and this can and at times this is not as dealing with conflicts can be not a smooth ride and just make you feel kind of drained on emotional, physical and spiritual levels as well. But if you approach any difficulties with an open communication and a willingness to address any underlying tensions rather than, brushing them under the carpet, then, peaceful resolutions can be found, even though it can be kind of uncomfortable at the time. Also, watch out because Venus is gone direct. It can make us more impulsive and make impulsive, irrational financial decisions as well. So, it's important to be cautious and maintain a balanced approach to money matters at this time. So the best use of this energy really depends on your personal circumstances and what your goals are at this time, but it can help you strengthen your current relationship with yourself and others, and also help us be more kind and understanding and attract new partners, as I said, or deepen existing bonds and have more, honest communication, and take the time out to express, affection in positive ways and bring more harmony in your relationships as well. So using the increased sense of what's pleasing to the eye and what is not can lead to remarkable and unique creations being produced that can resonate deeply with others and yourself as well. Also, we can use this energy to increase our self-esteem and look into our personal values and change them, and to reflect on what self-worth really means to us and express that, and giving us a chance to make any necessary changes in our lives that needs to be done, so we can bring ourselves into alignment with our authentic desires. Also today, Jupiter goes into retrograde, so when the mischievous Jupiter plays a cosmic game of hide and seek and decides to moonwalk through the sky, it offers us a chance for self-reflection. So it's amplifying the energy of Venus going direct, even though Jupiter is now going into retrograde. And when planets go retrograde, as I said earlier, they're never truly moving backwards, they're just kind of moving side to side, but the energy of these planets are calling us to use it more on an inward level rather than expressing the planet's energies on an outward level. So Jupiter retrograde wants us to focus on personal growth opportunities, allowing us to reassess our belief, values and goals. Can also bring back missed opportunities or unfinished business from our past as well. So it gives us a chance to correct mistakes or make amends to others, which can lead to positive outcomes. And as I said, Jupiter is known as the planet of expansion and wisdom. So during retrograde, it can deepen spiritual understanding, increase our intuition, and allow us to connect with our inner guidance and gain profound insights, and also can be used for all sorts of higher learning, looking for the deeper aspects in life, not only on the spiritual level but taking a more intellectual, rational approach to things as well. Negatively, it can create delays or obstacles in areas related to growth, expansion and luck. It may slow down our progress or force us to reassess our plans, which can also lead to frustrations. Negatively also, we can overindulge in things because Jupiter is associated with excess and abundance, so we can be more up for instant and gratification, and this can get in the way of our progress in our career or personal goals, or can disrupt our relationships as well. We have to be mindful of excessive behaviour such as overspending or eating. Also, it can make us confused, lack clarity regarding our long-term goals. So we need to take extra caution when making major decisions or commitments. So, just try and chill out a bit, make decisions if you can, but also don't force yourself as well, and get help to think clear if you're not thinking clearly. And the best use of this energy is, as I said, to take time out for self-reflection and make sure that your beliefs and values and goals align with your true authentic desires. Take time out to look over past mistakes and make amends, as I said earlier, and doing so can bring positive outcomes and deepen your spiritual intellectual insight, and doing this can just help you understand your life patterns and stuff more deeply. ultimately, this energy is best used for growth, expansion and personal development. The moon goes void of course at 7:06 p.m. today on the 4th of September also. Now on the 5th of September, the moon enters Taurus at 10:31 a.m. so this can provide a sense of emotional stability and groundedness, which is good, while Jupiter's in retrograde, so it increases and provides the energy for more practical decision making. But negatively, every aspect has a downside. It can make us more stubborn and resistant to change. The best use of this energy is to focus on material goals or enjoy sensual pleasures, good food, good wine, good company, but within reasonable boundaries as well. Also today we have the Sun and Pluto in a sextiquadrate, and for the next couple of days this energy is going to be strong right up until the 7th of September. So this alignment of the Sun and Pluto can bring about power struggles and underlying tensions, so it's good to be aware of manipulative tendencies that can come up during this period, as this can lead to problems in relationships or other areas of your life. And watch out for any you sort of abusing your authority and others doing that, because this can make people want to dominate others as well. So while it's important to recognize your own strength and mental capabilities, it's crucial to use them responsibly and avoid crossing the line into extremist or fanatical opinions and behaviors as well. Also today we've got Pluto making a sextiquadrate with Mercury as well, and the Sun's also conjuncting Pluto. So Mercury and Pluto sextiquadrate increases our intellectual powers and can give us persuasive communication skills. So your ability to influence others through speaking or writing can be increased at this time, but it's important to be mindful of expressing extremist views that can turn people off rather than convince them right now. And also watch out for being influenced by negative views of others as well. Also, this energy of the Sun and Mercury both being sextiquadrate to Pluto right now increases the risk that some people will want to rule others or dictate to them rather than listen and understand. So it's helpful to be mindful of this tendency and try to strive to balance between asserting your authority and actively listen to others, as well as making sure others don't cross your boundaries as well. But don't be kind of aggressive with it, because this can blow things out of proportion. I'm all for walking away and not wasting our energy on things, because life can be kind of hard enough without inviting more drama into it. But positively, Mercury sextiquadrate to Pluto can increase our concentration and help us focus our thought as well. So this provides a valuable opportunity to dive kind of deep into our thoughts and intentions, but it's crucial to maintain some level of objectivity, thinking about other people's needs and wants rather than just insisting on getting our own way as well. So the intensity of our thoughts right now can push us to hold firm to our opinions, but it's important to remember right now that there is rarely one right answer or perspective to anything, and there's always alternative viewpoints, so we should embrace that, as well as being more critical in our thinking as well before saying, well, this is the right way to do things, my opinion's right. Be more open-minded, and this can create a ground for active listening and conflict resolution as well. So while it's natural to want things to go in our favour, using this trait responsibly is essential, and like I said, being open-minded and just watching out for manipulation and trying to control others as well. And also it's important to recognise when your actions or words may be swinging towards manipulation, and consciously maintain healthy relationships built on trust and respect, rather than trying to persuade others to do exactly what you want, going against their own will and forcing your will on them. And just watch out that other people ain't crossing boundaries and trying to manipulate you as well. Also, the conjunction between Sun and Mercury brings communication once again to the forefront of our minds, allows us to be more sharp in our ability to express ourselves, supports us being more persuasive as well. So it's good for energy for presenting ideas, negotiating and engaging in intellectual discussions. So it's also important to remain mindful of the potential of miscommunication or misunderstandings during this time. While your mind may be quick and sharp at this time, others may not be on the same wavelength of you, so take the time to listen actively, be patient with them and ensure that your messages are being received as intended. So this may involve double checking that the other person knows what you mean by what's said, but not in a patronising ways, because sometimes we can do that. So yeah, the influence of the Sun conjunct Mercury can make us more confident, and you may feel like more energized than normal and ready to take on new projects and challenges right now. So use this boost of energy wisely by setting goals and focusing on, you know, tasks and activities and hobbies that align with your sort of like long-term goals, rather than, you know, because Mercury and the Sun quick energy can make us feel and be more superficial, gossip and lies and distract ourselves in social media and just in tasks that are not really productive. And yeah, it's good to chill out, and you know, nothing's the matter with social media, that's not what I'm saying, but just make sure that you take care of your responsibilities and use this increased energy wisely and productively, rather than, you know, wasting time, because a lot can get done with this excess energy over the next couple of days. So overall, it's a good time to, you know, pay attention to details, increase our thinking skills, organize our thoughts, planning things and taking time to come up with a good strategy, and you know, use this energy to, you know, solve complex problems or engage in activities that require careful analysis, and strike a balance between being assertive and flexible during this time. On the 6th of September, there's the last quarter moon. So again, this adds to the clarity and introspection that I was talking about yesterday with the Sun conjunct Mercury and the sextil between the Sun, Mercury and Pluto as well. But it can make us, last quarter moon, be more pessimistic and bring up more emotional challenges. So it's best to use this energy to release old patterns and prepare for new beginnings that come with the new moon. And that I think is going to be next week. Yeah, it's going to be next week. And if you want to know more about the last quarter moon phase, then check out the audio. The moon also enters void of course today at 11:21 p.m. as well, and moon void of course is what some astrologers say to put off important things, but if we're always doing that, you know, we'll never get anything done. So I do these weekly holistic scopes to you know, make you aware of the negatives, but how you can also you know, make the best use, if you choose to, of this energy. The moon's north node also goes retrograde. This happens a couple of times a month. Remember, the moon's north node is not a body but a mathematical calculation that we astrologers use. So this happens at 11:32 a.m. so it increases our chance for spiritual growth and intuition. It can open doors to karmic connections and past life experiences, so good for sort of past life regression, shadow work and stuff like that. But be aware that it can create, you know, emotional turmoil and bring challenges in relationships as well, so just watch out for that. But also, you know, it aids us to be more reflective and just be more open to going beyond the surface of things. On the 7th of September, the moon enters Gemini, so this can be good for increasing intellectual curiosity and us being more adaptable. Great for, you know, studying, networking and having, you know, sort of like light-hearted fun conversations as well. But it can also lead to scattered energy and us being fickle, you know, superficial and gossipy, so just watch out for that. And you know, to make the best use of this energy, just try and stay focused and grounded. To know more about the moon in Gemini, check out the playlist. Also today, the Sun makes a trine with Jupiter up until the 9th of September, strongest today. So this energy is good for being successful in business affairs. It's a great time to connect with key influential individuals and seek their support or guidance. Also, it's a great energy to do physical and mental travel, and whether you're going on a business trip or personal getaway, even if it's just a sort of like mental one, this is a good energy to do that. Also today, Mars is making a sister quadrant with Uranus, so this can bring inner stress and tension. This can lead to potential this can lead to internal pressures or arguments with others. And so it's important to navigate through this period with caution, and people can become more impulsive. This can result in accidents or unforeseen consequences. Take extra care when traveling today, and when you're working with machinery, especially dangerous ones and volatile sort of materials. Make sure you use the right safety guidelines and stuff. People can be more quick to anger, and sudden aggression may come up, so it's important to practice self-control and avoid confrontations or making as I said, rash, harsh, impulsive decisions. So overall, this period over the next couple of days brings a mixed bag of opportunities and challenges. The Sun's trine to Jupiter brings positive energy, and it's good for all sort of travel and negotiations. Mars' sister quadrant with Uranus warns us against impulsive behaviour and potential accidents. By staying mindful and cautious and focusing on our goals, we can make the most of these aspects and navigate the challenges that come up as well. On the 8th of September, Mercury makes a sister quadrant to the Moon's North Node, so we can, create interesting and mentally stimulating sort of like connections at this time. We can engage in thought-provoking conversations and connect with individuals who can expand our experience and knowledge and perspective. On the flip side, this period can bring up difficulties in dealing with others who may use cunning or manipulative tactics or trickery to get what they want. So it's crucial to be cautious and use good judgment in your interactions during this time to protect yourself from deception. To make the best of today's transits, it's advisable to prioritise open and honest communication with others. Engage in meaningful conversations that challenge your thoughts and broaden your horizons. Seek out people who can offer unique perspectives and offer valuable insights. Trust your instincts and exercise caution when dealing with people who are, valuable insights. Trust your instincts and exercise caution when dealing with people, or, seek advice from people who can be a more rational or good judge of character if you find yourself not being one at this time. Take time to assess people's true intentions and be wary of any ulterior motives. Positively, this energy of today can strengthen our communication skills and stimulate our minds, and is good for all intellectual activities like reading, writing, or learning something new. Remember to stay grounded and maintain a healthy skepticism. When encountering new people or opportunities during this period, trust your intuition and rely on your own judgment to navigate any potential challenges that come up. And if you can't, use good judgment, seek out those who have it. On the 9th of September, the Moon enters void of course at 2:49 p.m. and that's all that happens, and that concludes this week. So yeah, that was the weekly scopes from the 3rd right up until the 9th of September. Take care and see you next week.